Mm. 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 Well, Leanne,
Good morning, Ros.
how are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
As I contemplate my window.
I'm looking at the elephant out there and he's got spider webs all over him.
Oh gosh, well I actually do have a wind chime that's got a dolphin at the top and a dolphin at the bottom, and it's almost straight in line with my bird bath. It's just under there that I can stretch my neck to look over the bar of the window to actually see it. Yeah, the bird bath, that is. Yes. So, hello everybody else.
Perfect.
What we thought we might do is switch it round, which we've done.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
Yes, I'm looking at Leanne and we're having a wonderful chat with her. And it's Tuesday. Tuesdays and Chill Chat with Leanne and Ros. And today, Leanne's with us.
Yes.
Good
morning.
For the week before.
No, not last week, the week before that. So we've had one in between.
Yes. Yes, we have. And oh, goodness, there's some comments already coming in. Lots with the referencing to your friends. So that's great. Thank you, people, for letting your friends know. So we've got Natea and letting Jasmine know and Chloe know and someone Hopkins. The little hide thing, the little button in the background's hiding the name when I'm looking that way. So that's interesting. I'm just going to take Crawler because I didn't realise I still had that actually on there from this morning. Oops. That is the link that you can book with me for my private readings with you. And Leanne's is in the description as well. Just a little housekeeping stuff too, because we usually need to remind people to look up in the description, because I'm pretty sure I've got the right link there, in the Ros Boundy page, the Leanne Winston Socket Medium page, the Witness Plus with Ros page, the Live at 5, or actually what one is that, Live?
Yeah, Live in 5, I think it is.
Each of those pages are where it's cross-posted to, which means, yes, they show up as if it's us doing the live, those pages doing it, but you need to click that link above to take it to the mytimetv.live page, because that's where I get to see the comments in the back end of the studio so that I can actually put them up on the screen like I just did with this one, like I'm doing now with Natea saying good morning. So good morning to you.
Good morning, honey.
And we've got Bella, or Belle, saying hello.
Hi,
and we've got message questions coming in already, so that's fine. Whether we can or not, we find out when it gets happening. And I've already done that, haven't I? There is some wonderful sharing there, so thank you as far as letting people know that we are live, and we are live. We're very live.
Yes, definitely. I'm feeling it this morning. Early morning.
I mean, as the weather starts to really cool down now as well for the mornings, the nighttime temperatures are really dropping. It's become very interesting wanting to get up or not in the morning and thinking, oh, no, still snuggling. Nah, got to get up. So, yeah, I was up pretty early this morning.
Well, I was actually thinking of you this morning being up early, because I got up early to do an online workshop that I signed up at the last minute to, and I'm thinking, I don't know how Ros does this. This is only a 6:30 a.m. start, not a 4:30 or a 4 o'clock like you do.
The 2:30s and the 3:30s.
So you were on my mind early this morning.
In the middle of winter, it's a bit of a challenge, very much so.
I can understand that. Well, I sat there this morning. I dressed the top half, did my hair, had my pajama pants still on with a rug around my lap. Orange cheeks.
Beauty of this technology, isn't it? We can have PJ bottoms on if we want to.
That's it. It's great. I love it. Didn't dare tell the teacher that I was half dressed.
Well, I mean, actually, when I'm doing them, as far as even the live streams, you have no idea what I've got on the bottom half. It doesn't matter because all you see is the top. And it's not what we're here for, is to see what we're dressed in anyway. It's nice to have something nice and presentable on top instead of, this is just a jumper. And yours is a lovely jumper too. I like the colour.
Thank you. Yeah, I like this colour too.
You mentioned in the middle of the night type stuff. I mean, I have got up where all I have done is actually put the dressing gown on and tried to tidy the bed hair and not just on time to get it into summer.
I did think about the dressing gown, and I thought, Lisa did say there will be times that we will have to come up on screen, and I'm thinking, no, my luck. But then I got on, I'm like, there's 271 students in this class. I think the chance of getting on screen is probably low, but she can see us all, so got to make the effort.
Well, it is. I mean, that in itself is actually just a matter of respect, and it's actually self-respect as well as for others.
Definitely.
So, I mean, even though it can be as casual as you want it still is something that, what are you actually presenting out to the world anyway? Yeah. What do you want to put forward? And not to be fake, because that to me, you still be who you are.
Yeah, you got to stay authentic.
Be that being that is your essence, not trying to copy someone else or do things the same way. The bright lovelies that come up on there. And I have no idea how to fake it as far as doing that. No, I just can't do it. All the movement and I'm really excited to be here. We're having you as a guest with us today, Leanne. Please share what I mean.
Yeah.
You
can't sit in that energy all the time, surely. So it is the faking.
Yeah. It is. It's just it's just so easy to actually get into it and be a natural chat, which is what we're doing, which is just how I love doing this show. And running through the little comments here, I am leaning forward a bit because my chair's a bit wobbly. I must have strained the joint, or not joint, what do you call them? Hinge thing.
Hinge. Oh, yeah. I had to get a new one. Mine did that.
I just started to feel it doing something a bit weird. I'll have to get Tony to have a look. Got there for hi Cherie, and Tony's actually shared. Thank you very much. And I'm not too frightened anymore of saying that word. Look, share away, and if with it, I'll move off. I don't like. We be who we are, where we want to be as well. So did I go, Belle? I did, didn't I? Yeah.
Hey, Belle. Yeah. Hope you're well.
And Tony's very grateful. She said it's great to finally see us live on Tuesdays. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, please you can join us, honey.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And how long have we actually been doing these now? It's been a while.
Oh, will it be close to a couple of years?
Yeah, I think it has been. It's been I've been doing the daily show. I know that. So yeah,
time flies.
Oh, and there is Nicole. Oh, there's some more questions coming in. Look, I will. Marianne noticed you've swapped sides. Not used to
it. We had fun doing it.
My late Nan's birthday today. Never met her. Oh, it's very interesting. It'll be a very, very lovely journey when you get to the afterlife and what you can actually share with your late Nan too. So I'm just feeling that's what I'll add to that at the moment. Did you say anything while we were actually showing that one?
The afterlife, actually, it's quite interesting because we've just lost a loved one in the last week. In our family, excuse me, and it's like Spirit keeps bringing up the process of going down that pathway, those final hours, those final days and stuff like that. And I actually put a post up on the other day of my uncle and just sort of a reflection of my week and stuff. And my cousins come up and said, thank you for doing that. And Spirit actually drew me. Now, I don't know if it was about them or if it's for healing for others, the process that spirit soul goes through in making that transition and how they are met by the loved ones, sort of thing. And this last week, every time I've messaged one of them, it's like he's returned back into the arms of those that have gone before him, sort of thing. So it's really interesting, even though we don't always meet our loved ones. They pass before we're born, or, different things, different circumstances, we don't get to meet them. Doesn't mean that they aren't around us. So we do feel them around us. They will stay close to family. All right. So, you might not have met your grandmother or a distant relative, but doesn't mean that you don't have that connection with them still these days. And so, believe me, they're there when we go back, when we return home, so to speak. I keep calling it returning home lately. So.
Well, it actually is. So, I do strongly hold that understanding myself. I'm just trying to do things so that I'm not looking like I'm going all the way over there, which I have a big screen, so it does make it look like I'm looking all the way
to the side. Yeah.
So I suppose it does make it look almost like, well, oh God, no. It was almost like I felt it was like I'm looking at your boobs.
Should I move and sink down in my chair a bit?
Oh, I
love it.
Sorry, I just had to share that,
Believe me, they're not going anywhere.
Nah, mine don't either.
That's right.
So Rachel's just wondering if her mum had loved her gifts that she had for Mother's Day, and I'm just getting an absolute resounding yes on that. So have no doubt about that. Yes, she certainly did. And a good morning from Veronica.
Good morning.
Belle, we've had Belle, but she's saying hi, Leanne. So that's,
hey, honey.
What about me?
If I remember correctly, Belle's here in Mount Barker or in Mount Barker area.
Yeah. Look,
you probably met Belle at the centre.
Yeah, my memory gets pretty lost in all of that when I try to remember people's places, let alone names. I mean, that is an option, to put where are you actually popping in from? And remember those, look above too for the link that takes you to the mytimetv.live link. Just another reminder. So, we've got Joe. I'm starting to lose track even of what the list is of where we're going to come out with my services now. I'll wait till after Mercury retrograde. I'm just saying, just wait till Mercury's done its thing. Whichever time you start to actually put the process of anything in is actually the perfect time. Even if what looks like it's going to be in the negative messages from astrology or from your cards or anything, you really need to be feeling more into what's within you as far as what your feelings are, your gut feeling about where you need to take your direction, when you need to step out and start something new even. I know the cards I had this morning were certainly about new ideas in the workplace and business. So, it was the swords, Ace of Swords. And I haven't gone back to check whether anybody answered the question as far as what deck I'm not going to answer it. You're just going to have to watch it on Ross Boundy's page, the daily not Lenormand card spread. Because the person that does answer it, the first one that answers that correctly, is going to get a free 3 card reading from me.
So, there we go. Love it.
Yeah, I probably didn't write it down. This marketing type stuff and getting your messages set out right and worded right and in the right place at the right time and all that stuff.
It's a job and a half by itself.
I have trouble with. Well, I haven't got it right, but that's all right.
It's process. It's progress and process.
Yeah. So, too much pressure with time is what Shakti was saying. I sort of think, breathe. Just let the tension go around things that you think are actually needing perfect timing, because when it actually happens is when the perfect timing is. Yeah. So,
surrender and go with the flow.
Yeah.
And that's funny because with this coronavirus side of things, I thought, right, okay, I'm going to step back. I'm going to nurture me like I've been telling everybody else to do, so they nurture themselves. And I sort of thought, right, I'm closing off to clients a little bit, but I've left my calendar there so I could focus on getting the online workshops and stuff done and the meditations recorded and all that stuff that has been on that list for months and months and months.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I'm not putting my energy into clients, they are coming, sort of thing. And I think when we do surrender to that energy, it just moves. Things flow. So
well, it's that factor of what's meant to be your purpose will happen. You can't sit back and do nothing about the planning and the processes behind it and setting up your systems and whatever needs to be done as far as that background work. But certainly once the intention is really there and set, the intention is set by the processes you've put in place and the communication you're having with spirit themselves is this is where I'm wanting to go. The clients will come.
This is where I'm wanting to go or where they're pushing us to go?
This is my direction.
Yeah.
Go this way, put the help, as far as you're asking for help from the universe and spirit, your guides, your angels, whatever team you've got together that is your team, they will help when asked. I mean, it's the factor of we do need to be consciously aware of what we're wanting to move toward and into. They'll guide us what our desires are by that fact that it is our desires. It's what we have inbuilt in us that we've, and this goes into that soul contract stuff that's back home on the other side. And how come it does feel like we're going home when we think of those who are passing over, they're actually going home. So it feels like that to me, as far as, wow, that they've done their time here, they're home now. It's not as much that sadness that's there because you think, God, they're never here to ask questions of and all the rest. Well, they don't have to be. There's still communication channels we can all use.
That's it, exactly. It's just tuning in and trusting that stuff and listening to it, sort of thing. And I think when we sit in our passion, things just take off. I taught a workshop for a private group on Saturday last weekend. I was just in my glory teaching it, and I'm thinking, this is where I need to be. Not this dragging my ass to do the everyday stuff that I've done for quite a while now. It's, change. And I think with the way the energy, the universe has been this year, it is forcing a lot of us to change. And it may mean for some people stepping out of those safe places. It might be pushing the boundaries. It might be moving into the unknown, because that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing at the moment. Is I know I'm changing, the work is changing, but I've got to remind myself not to get hung up on, I can't exactly see that end picture that they want me to be at. I've just got to let it take its course, sort of thing, and go with it. So we always learn. We always, revolve. No,
Evolve.
That's not the right word. Evolve. I didn't think it sounded right. Evolve.
Evolve is good. We can keep going around in circles if we want
to. I think we've done that for many, many decades. So
yeah, I agree. And I've just noticed a comment here. It's just from Maureen Harvey. Hi, Tony. I have to go out soon. I love the little interactions in behind the scenes here, which is good because it's a comfort in the community feel of what is the mytimetv.live channel, show, whatever page, whatever you want to call it, and even our show. It's creating, you said, comfort and, going out of your comfort zone. And here we are, Maureen Harvey. Harvey was my ex-husband's name, who we buried recently, and interestingly, I have had some connection with him. It's almost to the point, look, stop doing that. In a way, through dreams. So it does mean take notice of what your dreams are, what your messages are, and what's happening there. So it's all interesting. But, the comfort zone thing, it came to mind as you were saying that, the changes that are happening. And you're stepping out of a comfort zone. You've earned your stripes over the last 8 to 10 years, building up to what's been a great system, a great way of being able to share with people, being able to actually support your lifestyle with the income that you're receiving, because it's what it is all about. It's an energy exchange, but now that's changing. And the movie, one of the most favourite sets of movies that we used to like watching was the Indiana Jones one set, number 3. There was one in particular, and it really is that leap of faith section where he walks out from that cliff face and stepped into what looked like nothing, but it actually was a hidden bridge. Did you see that one?
I think I've probably seen them all. My father is a big fan of those.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
That out of all those 3, that one is the vision of that section of the movie, is the vision that I have many, many times when I'm doing something that's that little bit more scary, that takes me out of my comfort zone, because it really is just taking that step into the thin air in faith that you are on that right path, that you are going to step onto your path, not into the void.
That's it.
It's just that great vision and thinking, wow, how exciting that things are changing for you, and the mix is going to shift, and what you're offering is moving towards even greater depth for both you as a teacher and your students.
Yeah, and even just the public, because it's not just going to be, for me, it's not just going to be about the teaching. I keep being the show and being on stage to many and helping them break through, their challenges and blockages and fears and stuff as well. So I keep hearing Tony Robbins, and so to me it's going to be a version of that.
Yep.
Sort of thing, as well as the teaching. And I love it. Like today, I've been pulled back into the forensic psychic side of stuff. So, this opportunity to do this workshop came up at the last minute, and I'm going, yes, I got to do it. And Spirit's going, you got to do it. And my head's going, do I want to get out of bed at that hour of the morning in the cold? I'm like, okay.
That's great. Yeah. And it really is those things that come into our space and notice that we have our spirit, universe, guidance, putting that there. That's the way they're helping, is showing us what that next step is, what that next workshop is for us to take ourselves, as well as, I think I need to be teaching this, I shouldn't say that I'm never going to do something, because that surely is roughly when Spirit will do it.
I always said I never taught, I never teach, and I never write a book, right? Got kicked up the ass both times. So, Spirit put students in front of me that I couldn't say no to. Obviously, I wasn't very good at saying no back then. Probably still not that great at it these days. And then, the next time that's like, get out of bed and get up and start writing. I'm like, I don't write, sort of thing. And it's like, I got told what I had to have for breakfast while I was in the shower. And it's like, while you're eating breakfast, you're sitting there typing. So, I've got 2 books on the go and cards about to be printed. So,
yeah. But the thing with that too is, in that process, I know we're not talking about what we first thought we were going to.
It always has its own way of going, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? And I'm thinking, what was it we were supposed to be talking about? And here it's looking like I'm poking my nose. Someone said, it looks like you're picking your nose. I said, no, I've actually got an itchy nose because there's a little pimple right on it. I'd be so embarrassed if I said that when they were watching. But it doesn't matter. We're actually, what was I saying?
We've gone off track.
Yeah, even just with that. No, it's the things that we are guided to, and there's so many different little tools that we can use that makes it so much easier now. Like this, because the one thing it's scared of not knowing if, saying I'm never going to say I'm not going to do platform work. No. And
I'll be out there, Ros.
It's anything that's being put in front, we take notice of. We should be taking notice of, or we need to take notice of. Should's a tricky word because it's, why do we get told we should do something? That's not the point. If we feel so strongly and pushed energetically into needing to follow something through, that's part of what our inner design is. It's part of what our soul contract might be, and we need to investigate it because it could be that is the next step for us. That could be that next step on the pathway, or that next leap of faith. Really, couldn't it?
Don't you love that leap of faith?
Yes. Well, yeah, sometimes no. Yes. How do you know?
Tony's got a comment there, Ros. I saw a flash of white light behind you. You have the angels with you.
Where's that one?
Down the bottom, the last comment.
Oh, there. Yeah, see, I'm not down the bottom. I'm at the top trying to go through what else I might have missed. Oh, thank you. Look, it's something that it's interesting with maturing and, dare I say, yes, getting older. It's not that space where you need to be afraid of getting older. It really is that relaxing of what has been expectations and fears that have been existent in what feels like previous lifetimes. And all it is just a history of, it's my story of what is past behind me until this moment in time. So when I say maturing, it's more like the beautiful aging in the respect of having it mature and come into its prime and continuing to improve all the time, so that what we've learnt from our past experiences to what is right now. And, being the 60, it was even at the 50s, you tend to think as you're growing up that those not ending birthdays are a really big deal. They're only another day on the pathway of what is our life. And doing the maturing into, it's released and relaxed a hell of a lot of fears and old beliefs and letting things go. It's going with that flow, instead of the of life like that, it really is like it's going with the flow and then gradually steadying to the calm seas of life, and understanding even, you look at a calm sea, you look at calm waters and the mill pond of what is, and you can see to the absolute depths what's underneath and all that's in it. So you have the opportunity of that understanding of all that's in the bigger picture, the further along in life I'm getting. And I'm loving that, the anticipation of what's coming. What is coming? None of us knows, but isn't it exciting? Even just wondering, even though we've got a lot of fear around and stuff, look past it.
But the thing is, though, Ros, we can choose to lean into that fear or lean away from it. And the more we choose to lean into it, the more our life becomes that up and down sort of thing. So, with this whole corona stuff going on, I see it as a blessing. And I know that sounds really weird because we've had a lot of deaths in the world. We've had a lot of people lose their jobs and stuff like that. But we are being stripped back to nurture us. The basics, it is about going back to that, and it is about clearing and cleansing and healing sort of thing. So, if we chose to move into that fear, life would be very different sort of thing. We would be living on the edge, but leaning back away from it and focusing on the bigger picture and what our purpose is on that soul level is what's going to make that difference with that. So I choose not to lean into the fear with anything I do, really.
Yeah. And one of those ways that I find to actually look at that bigger picture too is stepping back out of self to be the witness.
Oh, definitely. And that's a really important thing to do. Yeah, definitely. So
it makes it interesting, and what we can listen to as well. What we hear, what we listen. we actively listen. Sometimes we can hear stuff and it just, it passes through. But when you're actively listening in that mode, wow, what you can learn. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I was just flicking through these, and there's this one from Joanne. She's lost a Tupperware lunchbox that's got something inside, and she's sort of hidden it from herself. I've got many places to be those safe hiding places for kids' presents. Later. Be of positive mind. Instead of saying you've hidden it from yourself, I'm finding the lunchbox, not finding it, or it's time to reveal itself, or whatever wording to bring it out into the open. Do you know where it is, Leanne?
I have enough trouble finding my own safe places. I feel like I'm at the back of a drawer, honey, sort of thing, but I feel like I'm lower down. So to me, I feel like I need to bend down to see into that. So it's a shelf or a drawer that is lower down. Okay. And I feel like I'm at the back.
I just felt things hiding it, like hiding from self, also covered with other stuff. So it does almost feel like an undies drawer, but I'm not sure about that. You'd know that, with an undies drawer. Unless there's a fancy pair you got somewhere that you've hidden and it's under that. I don't know. Oh, dear. Yes. So, mine just went blank. What was it we were going to talk about first up?
We were talking about how we grow and change and continually learn, sort of thing.
We've sort of stayed on it.
Yeah.
We
have. Much. That's it. As we grow, we evolve, we keep learning. We just, look at what comes up and follow it if it feels right.
Yeah.
So jumping on it.
Yeah. That's just something that popped into my head too, as far as with your writing and how you are writing your book, right? I remember reading through, now I can't remember her name either. It was a series of them that was along the lines of...
sorry, I thought I put that on quiet.
That's all right, you can do that. Mine haven't passed at all this morning. That's strange, isn't it? I can't remember her name. Oh, it was a fantasy type fiction-ish sort of series of books.
Okay.
And the way that she had read them, there was one in the series in particular that revealed the way that she was actually doing her writing, which was essentially being channeled. She was writing it down. She was writing it as she was writing it down. She was writing it as a channel. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I found that was really interesting because, it took the series of how she progressed her writing that she actually revealed then how she was writing in the book itself. So you sort of knew, you sensed right from the start, gee, this stuff is channeled. You sort of knew it was.
Yeah.
And it was what she was being given to pass on, but it still didn't detract from her own skills of writing the story. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So how actually is it that you progressed with writing your book? Since you said, well, you never thought you would, you didn't want to.
That's it. And for me, it's sort of been like a channel. I've channeled a lot of that information. And it's funny because the information comes and it's like I think we're about 1.5 chapters through the beginning of the book. The cards are pretty much done, about to go to the printers. But it's like with the book, we go back and we read it. And it's the same with the cards. Over time, we have recorded the changes that have been made. We get to a point where we think we're happy at that. And then all of a sudden we go back and edit it and it just gets better and better every time until we're being told to leave it, sort of thing. So it was the same with the first chapter. We sat and we wrote it and then went back and read it again, and it's kind of like, okay, well, we need to move this into this area and just change this around a little bit and that. So it's just trusting what we get, guided in that way, sort of thing. So it's been a real experience going down this pathway, something that for years I've been told that I need to do, but never thought I had the confidence to do that. But, it just takes one right person to fall into place to be able to kickstart that, and the timing maybe 5 years ago when I was told I had to make a deck of cards, I wasn't ready for that sort of thing. So,
timing is perfect when it happens.
It is.
So it does come back to that and trusting what that pathway is, because other things had to happen first.
And the funny thing is, though, like 5 years ago when I was told to make these cards, what I was being shown, I don't think people were ready for back then, but they are now. Thing. So,
it's cool. And especially since I'm doing the card reading course, the numbers are not huge as to what the experience is. It's still a special experience, even for one, even for two, even for three. It doesn't matter. It's influencing. It's not influencing. It's having an impression with one person, and it's two-way. It's not just one way. You've written a book and you've got some cards moving forward. Are they finished?
We're just tidying up the last bit, so hopefully within the next 2-3 weeks they're going to be sent off to the publisher to be looked at and edited.
Yeah, so with that, it's even that in itself isn't just a one way, because you've written the book, you've written and produced the cards, and they're out for sale, and that's end of story. There is still that interaction energetically of what you get back from having them out there and what others receive from reading the book and using the cards, and in whatever way giving feedback back.
That's it.
Be something they enjoy to do, because not everybody does, but it's wonderful to have that, and it's still a two-way street, even if it's just the energy of that exchange, the money for the book or the cards. It's still knowing there's that influence there of keeping it moving.
Exactly. I just noticed Tony asked if with writing a book, do I write it on computer or paperback? I sit and we type it on computer, but it will be at this stage a hard copy book.
Well, and even and it has become so easy to write. Like Tony, you're saying there, did you write it on a computer or paperback? Is it a paperback book or a hardcover? It doesn't matter. The process of writing it can be on with a paper and pencil, paper and pen, handwritten to be transcribed. But these days, you've got the little microphone that actually does the voice text. So you can just talk your book out to start with if you want to. And that's the same for anyone who feels that they're being led along that sort of a pathway to write. Do write, even if it never gets published. Put your voice, not just by the microphone, but typing. Put your voice, your words out there, even if it's just to clarify for your own understanding. It doesn't have to be for anyone else, but wonderful to share it with others, because it probably is more than just you experiencing very similar things. And it's lovely to read others' experiences. Well, I find it. So, and understandings. It takes us sometimes out of what we have as rigid beliefs. Don't you think?
Definitely, for sure. Yeah. It is that meaningful.
Raven is actually asking, when's it coming out? Well, it's soon. The date's not set yet, is it?
Well, the
launch.
The book is still being written. We're only 1.5 chapters into that, but the cards I'm hoping will be at the publishers in the next couple of weeks, and that's about a 6 to 7 month turnaround for start to finish sort of thing. So, yeah.
I know when I was helping when I was helping Dad with his books that he'd written, it was an interesting and it does string out sometimes where you've still got to have another proof because somebody noticed something. But there gets to be a time where there is the date and it is out there. And you'll let everyone know.
There'll be pre-sales. There'll definitely be pre-sales and a launch and everything. So there'll be a website and stuff that goes with it as well. So, lots of work going on in the background.
A lot of work going on in the background. And she does say, awesome. I just noticed this one because it's a long comment in the stream in the background, but it's...
I was just reading that.
Yeah, but we both saw it at the same time then. Done and said and kept raising my vibration. So through all the situations arising that aren't tragic, just annoying, I'm finding my muse and rising above. And I just really like that comment because it is that search, that finding for something that is special within you. Because honestly, a muse can be someone who is a friend outside of yourself, but in general, I've found over my experiences through my years that the muse is actually your inner self. It is that soul connection and with those who are on the other side already, but mainly it's that energy around who you are essentially within, because you're going to know yourself the best to be
That's it.
able to advise it forward.
There's actually more to that message, Ros, that just doesn't show up on the
Oh,
screen. So after you start talking about growing and changing, just so I tuned into my belief, is that we should all take a little lesson of growth each week and keep thriving.
Yeah.
Certainly. And I've got into the habit of each week, at the end of the week, I like to sit and just take 5 minutes, take a nice deep breath, clear my mind, and reflect on the week I've had, the things, the challenges that have come up, the positive sort of thing as well, and just give gratitude and let it go. And then focus on the positives, sort of set my intentions, what I want to achieve in the next week, sort of thing. So, and that's just a habit or a pattern I've got myself into, because I used to bottle everything up and get to the stage I was on overload, and then it was like, I just can't wait to get down the beach and let go of all that crap out to the universe, sort of thing. So, and that's tiring, doing that, carrying that energy. So for me, I find it better to see it, and it's usually on a Sunday, and it can only take a couple of minutes sometimes when we do it regularly to sit and reflect, give gratitude for it. Everything happens for a reason, whether we learn for it or it's the challenges or whatever. That pathway is there for a reason.
And I think part of that process too can make it more grounding if you do move outside with bare feet, even just for that 1 or 2 minutes, to have that picturing yourself flow, that energy flow of all that doesn't need to be retained to flow down the Mother Earth through the ground, through to not giving yourself an energy wash, and you're washing it all down through the earth in the bare feet. Of course, doing bare feet, shoes are fine, but it's great with bare feet on the grass.
Yeah. And that's the thing, if you find yourself very much being a thinker, very much in your own head, it is really important to be grounded, because things will pull our energy and pull us up into that sort of head cloud, headspace type of thing, where it is important to have that balance and be grounded.
Yeah. I am just going to put this one up too that Tony's posted here. Can you ladies please send friend Dane Richard's healing? He's literally dying of cancer. Doesn't have long to go. And I think that is all the message. I'm just checking that I haven't left any off this one.
Yeah, that's a shorter one.
Just to point out for everyone, to be conscious of those around us who are unwell with whatever type of illness, to share, push out the love energy to each and every one in healing, kind ways, because that's the most positive way of having healing moving through our humanity, as well as for focusing on those individuals who are really well, and even in that palliative care state, which Damon obviously would be if he hasn't got long to go. Putting that loving energy to a person, heart to heart, helps release the soul, release the chakra energies, like all those connections with the physical body, so that they can know that there is the welcoming home on the other side, that they have that permission to be moving onwards to the next stage, which, we live our life here and then we do move onward to being back home. So passing it on is the lack of fear in the passing, just to be ready to go towards that light, that is the crossover.
And just to add to that, it's also about sending healing to the loved ones around that person, their family and stuff as well. Because obviously, like just recently with our passing in the family, it's interesting. Well, I suppose it is interesting in a way, watching how, like from my point of view, watching how everybody deals with the grief in their own way. There is no right or wrong way. but it is also sadness to see that a family has to go through that on that side of it. It's life, I know that, but I think across the board we need to find balance in healing and acknowledging our grief at the same time.
Yeah.
You've been through that recently, Ros, yourself.
Yes, yeah, and nurturing that with each other as well. It's their allowance for others to grieve in their own way as well. So that you're giving them a timeline or anything, oh, you should be over that by now. I mean, so many times I've heard that comment years later for someone and said, there's not a timeline on it. It's that love that we've shared with people, and regardless of how long it takes, it's that love that shows we cared, and that care that shows we love too. But it's, it's all of that interaction. It's an allowance. And I know I'm still seeing a few questions wanting readings and stuff. Sorry about this.
We haven't got there yet, have we?
Oopsie. And I love the comments, Ray, when you're saying so true. I don't know which particular comment we made that you're responding to.
That was just now.
One lag, but it really is that, it's the preparedness of being ready to let go. It's knowing we do have a timeline here, regardless. We're born, we live, we die, and we go back home. So healing here is in palliative care. So it's just so much that we think is new in each and every one of our lifetimes too, that's been experienced over all the eons of humanity in history past. We're all experiencing in progressive stages what we need to, and moving it back into being in our soul that we take with us to, the afterlife or the other side or back home. So, and Tony, you're wanting to write a book too. You just don't know how to start.
Pen to paper, honey.
Put the thoughts down or speak into the Google Docs with the microphone on. And if you need a proofreader, I'll put up my hand. Yeah,
there we go. Yeah, Ros got a proofreading. I guess one thing I have learnt out of this process so far, and believe me, it's a long way from finishing, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last thing I do either, is there doesn't have to be an order. Start writing and just put stuff down. So, that's why an editor is about a proofreader and stuff like that. You start just building it and it comes together. It doesn't have to be written in order, sort of thing. We just started with ideas, started writing down points, and then we'd go back and fill in areas and stuff. So,
what genre is your book about?
It's all in the spiritual world and the teachings of it, sort of side of it. So I've got one on the go that's to do with spiritual children and their gifts and helping support parents with intuitive children. I'm just waiting for the last 2 chapters to be downloaded of that one, but I kind of jumped ahead and started the cards in another book. So I need to take the time out to do that one.
Yeah, I mean, because even as you're saying that, I mean, I recognise there is different ways of treating or writing different styles of books. Because my sister, and I haven't read any of it, she hasn't handed it over yet, a book that she's written, but it's fiction. So that's storytelling in a true sense that's quite different. And what my dad was writing was more history-oriented, so there was a lot of detail and fact checking and all that sort of stuff, and that there is different processes, but what you start with is never what it finishes as.
No.
So like I said, and it's still in progress until it gets to that last proof, last edit.
So you hit that send button and off it goes.
It's great. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to it. And who knows where anything will end up after that.
Oh, exactly.
We're all stepping out. Effectively, we should all be naughty.
Will be. We are.
We do step out in faith every time we walk out our door.
Yeah.
Every time we get out of bed, every time we do something, we're stepping in faith that next step is going to be a reality that's going to progress us. So. Yeah.
I just remember a meeting with the publisher when I was showing her what we were working on, because I have a partner with the cards and the book side of it, and she's looking and she's going, "Oh my God, do you realise what opportunities this is opening up for you?" And I'm like, "Bring it on! I'm ready. I don't know what they are, but I'm ready," sort of thing. So, and if that's what it brings, it brings.
Yeah.
There's no expectations. It's just about helping others with it. So
it is. And it's also being open to those who are coming along as part of that team, that are going to be part of it for future steps that you're taking for whatever it is that you're being guided into. And I would say that certainly is the same message for anyone else out there in whatever they're doing. I am finding more so that there's too much that we have happening around us that we tend to block off some of those messages because we're too worried about what the next, what am I going to do for tea? I've got to make sure that I'm on time to do get the kids to school and all the rest of what life is. See, I'm past that, so I don't think of that sort of thing. But it really is taking that time to actually notice.
Oh, definitely.
Do the listening. Don't just hear what's going on, because every mother knows you've got 2 or 3 or 4 ears out the back too, just, the senses.
Yeah.
Just make sure your kids are safe, or things are happening that are meant to, and things aren't happening that aren't meant to. And it does take a bit of a skill to do that, but you will learn it and you do get better at it. When you can listen, really listen with that conscious mind to see that you are on that pathway and connect that to what is the subconscious and what you feel in your gut feeling.
That's it.
Spirit.
Yeah, and in saying that, Ros, I noticed Tony's put it. I know we're talking about Tony a bit today, but she's put one up there saying, "Thank you, Leanne. Mine's about the biography of spiritual awakenings and health." Now, honey, is that one book or two? Is what I was drawn to by Spirit, and leading off of that, in general for everybody, Spirit, as I read that, was also giving me and this is something that I have struggled with a long time, is I try to give too much at once. I probably have in the past overloaded a lot of people. So now it's kind of like stepping back and going, okay, well, here's one area that we need to work on. Here's another. It's multiples rather than all in one. And, I know in my beginners workshop for a very long time, I was probably that has basically been broken up into 3 workshops now in the way that I teach at 3 different levels. Let people learn and grow before and practice before, bringing them up into that next level sort of thing. Maybe, sometimes we've got to step back and we've got to slow down, be smarter, not work so hard.
Well, it's
in that way.
And it's also the progressing at a pace that's able to be handled by others. Because we've got the experience behind us, or experiences behind us. We forget we started somewhere, and that's where maybe we are aiming. That's what the message is for, is for people who are starting. Hang on, slow it down. They might need to take a bit more.
That's it. Because I'm used to going below the gate out on everything.
Yeah, the perfect timing again.
It is, isn't it? We need those reminders at times.
I'm going to ask, since it's lovely chatting and everything, but I sort of think, well, we haven't done any reading at all, really. I'm going to ask you, we're going to just pick one random one here each, and we're going to do one reading each. Do you reckon that's good?
Sounds good.
Which are you drawn to?
Okay.
What's left in the list?
Okay. Let's go Michelle Cook, because that's not a name I recognise.
That one?
Is Craig with same lady, different question. Is Craig worth waiting for, or would this be more heartbreaking for me? Thank you, ladies. You are amazing. I should get you the time. Hey, 11:11. Oh, that's funny.
11:11. So I like that. Yes.
It's funny, Marianne and Raywin.
Find it. Yeah, that one. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. I get worth the wait, but at the same time, honey, you got to keep living life. Okay, if it's meant to, and you're meant to be back in each other's pathways, you will come in. But at the same time, I don't feel that you should be putting your life on hold either. Okay, so my feeling is, yes, you've got a future there, but you still got to live life. Okay, I know it's not probably exactly what you wanted, but
and that's okay. And I thought, well, I'll go back to just the 11, but there wasn't just an 11. So this is 10:59. I was born in 1959, so I reckon it's close enough. So a card message today for Sarah. I'm just going to pick one there. Let's see what that. Oh, now that needs a second one to go with that. Okay, now I'll see if I can work this properly with my screen. Oh, and the jolly thing ain't working. That'd be right.
It's called technology and retrogrades.
And I'm going to reset this jolly camera because I can. Oh, I hope it works anyway. Let's see if it does. Show in stream. Does it? Oh, no, the naughty thing. I'm not going to do it that way. That's a bugger. I'm going to do it this way and hold the cards up to the camera that's there. First one that showed up was, whoops, I've got to get them even, don't I? Was the man, and it's an older man. So what I'm seeing is the clouds moving away from revealing what is for you going to be a very good friendship. I'm feeling there's a deeper connection that's going to bring out the sunshine and happiness in your life with wobbling the wrong one, with whoever the man is. So I'm actually feeling it is somebody that you already know, and it's just a deepening relationship, not necessarily romantic, but I'm feeling, there's really good connection there. So that's what I'm feeling for you there, Sarah. So I'm going to take it off. What did I do here, Solo? No, what did I do?
You want the double box. Hello, I'm by myself. There we go.
Oh, here's me pressing the buttons and I'm all confused. That's supposed to go away. I pressed it to hide the message. I didn't do it right then, did I?
I think they changed the buttons on us, to be honest.
Oh, look, it's all part of the process.
I like that, Kellyanne. Wasn't technology a crying, laughing face?
And there is, thank you. Yes, the rosin technology. Oh, I'm good at it. I've been using computers, and I've only been saying it the other day. I am actually good at it. It's just because I feel like this is so easy. I'm super relaxed, and then I get confused because, what did I do last? It's just, this is the aging process.
Click, click, click. She goes too fast.
I have been using computers since they were first out as desktops in 1982, I think was the first Micro B that I had, and I've been at them since.
Yeah.
So, I did have it jokingly referred to me. I said, look, it'd be so nice to be living in space and place, or place and space, that was totally disconnected from all technology and everything, and just go back to being like the cave days. Don't have broadband.
I had to build a fire.
Yes, I would. I'd have the skills to be able to survive, but I think I'd go absolutely nuts.
Yeah, it'd be boring.
It's been so long, and sort of look at kids that are there, that the portability of them, you couldn't carry around what we started with the boxes and screens and the rest, but the portability of them, and so many times, even at dinners, you'd have the kids there and they'd be, even some adults, and they'd be looking at their phones all the time, not interacting with other people.
That's it.
Special events, and everyone would have their phone open, and I sort of think, it's going crazy, but is that really any different to what I was doing with my kids growing up, seeing me do that, and that they were playing computer games all the time because there's a screen. I was brought up with screens. TV was something we had from when I was 5 years old.
Yeah. It's interesting. And it's funny because like now this last couple of months that I'm finding myself being more in front of the computer rather than away from it, because I'm actually very seriously considering not doing the face-to-face one-on-ones anymore. A lot of this will be through my week will be online and phone and stuff like that, where I can still see face-to-face like I can here. So to me it's no different in that sense. But I am finding that I'm having days at least once a week where I don't pick up the computer or get on it, or I'll have my phone on me, but I'm not on it, sort of thing. And I think it is really important to have days like that.
Yeah.
Where it's technology free for me.
Free. And just what is our natural state of being happening. I fully understand that. And it's interesting that you say that, because I'm actually looking forward to when we can get back to doing the in real life fairs and events and things like that.
Yeah, I'll be doing those.
Will it be as it was, or will there be more that stay actually as online? Because we ourselves have our lifestyle, psychic and wellness expo. It's online.
You do well.
I had to think of the acronym. So the Lifestyle Psychic Wellness Expo that we have coming up on June 7th, so that's a Sunday. It's not that far away. And it is all online, and it is 6 hours of commitment to having that online event, which is great, because last time, although it seemed like a long time, 6 hours online, it actually went fairly quickly once we'd got into it, once we'd started.
Yeah.
And the background planning. And it's for anyone here. Do let us know if you want the pack to join, to do the registration application, because time is running out to do that. Do we have that 8? Is it the 8 that people can type in, or is it something else
It was the 8, but I'm not sure if Adair has. I haven't seen Adair in the comments this morning, so it might not be there. But
so June 7th, Tony. So I'll just write it there. Oh no, hang on, it's wellness. No.
Yeah. Lifestyle.
What? Oh God, I haven't even spelled it. Typing this as we go. Lifestyle,
psychic
and wellness expo on June 7th, and that's a Sunday. So do let us know in either Leanne or I in the messages. Even I haven't been monitoring the my time one. I suppose I should. There's many things that, here's that word should again. Let us know by whatever means you can to catch our attention. Tag us in here and say yes, please, for a form.
Yeah, one of us will send you the link.
Or other of us for the form, or the yes, it's 8. I got
beautiful.
Yeah.
So that will be for people interested in the information on it. So when it is the time that, so as a stallholder, you need to contact Ros or I for the link, and then we'll give you the link to the application form.
Yeah, because it's the form that actually is to apply to register, because there is still, it's curating that we haven't got an overabundance of just psychic mediums or something. So there is some process, but we need to actually have your registrations in before, so that we can consider who is able to be joining in with this one. So thank you for reminding me about that. Oh, you did you, or didn't you?
You brought up the expo. I triggered that, obviously.
Well, it popped into my head, so thanks, Spirit.
I love the way they do that to us.
They do. And it's trusting it, yes.
It is. And I find that happens all the time. Something will pop in my head, and then all of a sudden Spirit takes me off in that direction, and it's like, oh, okay, so what did I just say?
Yeah. And as I'm looking at my screen, because I don't tend to look at a screen, I'm actually looking at the camera, because I want to actually be talking to you, the people that's out there, and you, Leanne, as that connection, eye contact and all that sort of stuff. It's one of the things that we're taught to do. but I'm looking down. As you can tell, when I'm looking down, it looks like I'm looking down, and in my screen, I'm noticing hang on, there. It's like music to the ears, isn't it? When you actually have communication coming through from spirit and you can hear it really clearly. And take that as being, yes, it's the right way of doing it. Whichever way you're receiving, it's the right way for you. And that's what I'm going to finish on.
Love it. Totally there with you. Do what's right for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all meshes and becomes that synchronicity of who we are in the place and space that we are around this world and within humanity. So be the best person you can be with who you are.
For sure.
Isn't it? So anything else that you want to finish on?
I think you finished it off rather nicely.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I know we haven't done much in the way of readings and stuff, but hey, that's the surprise of what our day is when we get together. But thank you to everybody who's been watching as the live stream and sharing your comments and even your questions. It depends what time through the day. I might be able to go back and answer a couple, but it could be that I don't too. It's a beautiful day out there. I might do some gardening. And
right, it's good because it's supposed to be changing.
Yeah, there's rain predicted, so
yeah,
I might even be going out for tea to my daughters. I don't know yet if it's really
going out for tea sounds good. I just want the restaurants to open.
Well, this one, I don't mind any food when I don't cook it.
Yeah. My mum asked me what I want to do for my birthday this week, and I'm like, I just want to go out for Chinese. I want Chinese, but I want dining because it's not the same as takeaway. I'm actually willing to put my birthday on hold for a week and a half until the restaurant's open. I'm desperate.
Yes, and thank you, Tony. It has been lovely. It's been lovely sharing with you, and especially you, Leanne. Audience replay, share still with your friends if you feel that this is worthy of a replay for others to watch as well. That's the beauty of these types of live streams, is that they are recorded. They are there to replay as many times as you want. So thank you. We'll see you next week at the 10:30 Australian Central Standard Time. And who knows what will happen next week.
And love to all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.